Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're taking a look at Saint Meghan Markle. That's right. Let's take a look and see what they're up to. They always have such funny things that they're posting over there. Let's talk about what they're talking about and just have a conversation. I'm excited to dive into this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Honk honk, everyone. Okay, so this was shared by Birdie Tuesday, and the title is Sussex. Has Meghan ever set foot in Sussex? You'd think by banking that title, there'd be some sort of connection to the actual place. I wonder if she's ever been and what the residents there think. Now, I can tell you, I've had several of you in the comments that are from Sussex, and you share the opinions that a lot of us do, which are, why on earth do they have those titles? We have common_echo 6265 saying, H&M made only one visit shortly after their marriage. The residents of Sussex have petitioned multiple times for H&M to lose their titles. So yeah, they don't like H&M at all. Again, that's what I was saying in the comments as well. I mean, not a shocker. Imagine living in a lovely area, minding your own business, and you find out these grifters have your whatever area name in their title. It would really irk you, right? And we have Cocktails on the Porch here saying that they are a resident of Sussex and very much wanting that title removed from these vile grifters. Then we have Sippin' Sarah saying, I would love for her to be asked, what does the Sussex title mean to you? I mean, seriously, what the hell would she say? I would love for her to ask that too. She'd come out with some word salad nonsense, but no, exactly. They have grifted off those titles so much. I would love there's so many questions I would love answered, and that is one of them. And OK_shelter_6478 says, I'd love for someone to ask her to find Sussex on the map. That is too funny. I didn't even think about that one. Same. Please. I would love to see that. You know what else would be funny? Ask Doofus to do it as well while we're at it. Now, she should know it because she's using that title. Clearly, he should know it, but I bet you, I'd like to see it because I bet you they'd both struggle. All right. Somebody brought this up, and I thought this would be a good thing to have a dialogue about. Let's talk about this. This is shared by Artemis_Jade, and it says, can someone please explain the Wallis Simpson cosplay to me? I'm referring to her habit of wearing outfits that echo Simpson's outfits, such as the bird poo dress during the Oprah interview and the long red necktie on the outfit she wore for her global citizen speech. Now, side note, I just played bingo with this speech and showed the same thing where she cosplayed as Wallis. That speech, it haunts my night. I have PTSD from examining that speech so much, but if you didn't see the bingo game, go watch it. Even if you have to do it on mute with subtitles on, I get it. I can't handle her voice either, but go check that out. Okay, back to this. It says, let's see, does Megs not understand that Simpson was not a respected or beloved public figure? I don't think Meghan understands much. Maybe originally people thought it was a great love story for a man to give up the British throne for the woman he loved. But as years and decades went by, it became clear to the public how shallow and lazy the Duke and Duchess of Windsor were, how they spent their lives aimlessly mooching off their rich friends with no purpose to their lives. The love affair didn't look so admirable anymore. The Duchess of Windsor spent her last years in a coma. The rumor was that she went into a coma during surgery for her third facelift. I didn't know that. Which she did at an age when a facelift is no longer recommended, but her vanity demanded it. Whether true or not, it shows what her reputation was, that there's such a rumor that would gain traction. So Ronnie's mom replies and says she's creating a falsehood or a myth that she's like Wallis for raising her prestige and status. This is 100% wrong. Wallis married a king who abdicated to live with the divorcee rather than be king. Sperry was a junior prince, low in the LOS. He abdicated nothing to move to Hollywood. I would love to point out that he Mexited, he didn't abdicate. Sperry was not even the spare when he quit his lifestyle to set up court in America. Charlotte was the spare. So Markle is creating a myth and mystique that she has as significant to history as Wallis. Smoke and mirrors, common Hollywood self-promotion method. But Wallis upturned the monarchy with her marriage, whereas MM didn't cause any disruption or change to succession because she did not marry the heir. She's cosplaying Wallis and Diana because they both were married to men who would be king, and that's MM's secret dream all along, the main reason for her hatred and competitiveness with Catherine, Princess of Wales. Ronnie's mom, you are brilliant. I think they hit the nail on the head. That's what I think too. It's not doing the actual homework, what Meghan's famous for, not doing the actual research, and just kind of trying to tie your image to somebody you have passing knowledge about. So sure, why not? I'll cosplay as Wallis Simpson and Diana, in hopes that, I don't know, I think they're right. They'll add to the mystique of her. But again, failing spectacularly and getting it all wrong and not knowing who you're role playing as. I'm open for suggestions on this one, and I really do want to hear your thoughts. So leave me comments and let me know, why does she cosplay as Wallis? What is that? Is it, oh, woe is me? Am I answering my own question here? Is it woe is me? Oh, we had to exile, or we were exiled, whatever. We had to run, we had to abdicate, whatever nonsense they're peddling this week. I just wonder, why do you think she does it? Okay, so this was posted by Lynn's Goggler, and it says, I wonder how Beckham Netflix show Existing is going down in Casa Harkles. I wonder the same thing. Okay, so I talked about this on a live stream in case you missed it. I've started that Beckham documentary, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I haven't had too much time to watch, but I'm hoping to change that soon. I'm hoping to finish because I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know sports. I don't care about soccer / football, whatever. Not my thing. But I'm fascinated by those two. And so I'm the same. I'm dying to know, how's it going down in Casa Harkles. Now, I have heard pretty good reviews of the darn thing. And again, I'm enjoying it. Talking about the Beckham documentary. And so that must sting that people are talking about that and enjoying that documentary. And again, how did the last couple things they put out on Netflix do? See Heart of Invictus for details. So the original poster continues on saying, considering Meghan Markle didn't want to be close to them because she wanted to hog all the attention, allegedly. But yeah, we had all heard the same story too, that allegedly she had spun that thing about Victoria planting stories, and so that's why she was able to ditch them. I've heard all kinds of stories that allegedly she stayed with Victoria or stayed in the Beckham home for a couple of days and then overstayed, and yeah, it became a whole thing. Remember, they were close around the time of the wedding, but then I had heard that it was not at the wedding, but at that time that things were falling apart. It was right around there that they were accused of leaking stories. And I say, ha, 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 ha. I hope the Beckhams, I don't know. I don't even have a vested interest in them, but I just hope their Netflix documentary does so well just to dig at Dumb and Dumberton over there. So continuing on, it says, now Beckhams are stars on Netflix, the very place the Harkles thought would launch them into superstardom. See, that was not on purpose. Stupid stardom. No, superstardom. So not only do the Beckhams, whom MM deemed unsuitable company, have a documentary series just like the Harkles, but it's a hit, unlike the Harkles Whinge Fest. And the Beckhams were actually doing well before this documentary. They didn't need to make them happen. And I'm pretty sure David wasn't wearing a mic when he queued for Her Majesty the Queen's queue with everyone else and didn't have a Netflix crew in tow. Just love this for the Harkles. Me too. I'm petty and I love it, and it's so much deserved. I hope this documentary for the Beckhams continues to do well. I hope people love it, and I hope it burns them up in Montecito or wherever they're hiding out now. All right. Deep_poem_55 says, especially since the Beckhams ended the friendship after Hapless accused them of leaking and plotting stories in the press. So it wasn't so much the stupid-ass articles that deemed the Beckhams unsuitable. Well, I think at the heart of it, they're right. I do think it was Meghan's insecurity that deemed them unsuitable. They were dumped by the Beckhams for their ridiculous bullshit. Here's my opinion on the whole thing. Meghan thought that she would be beloved by everybody. So she'd use these people to get attention, bigger celebrities, but then thought, oh, well, then I'm going to be bigger. I don't need you anymore. And that was that. And she'd wash her hands of them. And we've seen this time and time again with ghosting and working her way up. I mean, look at her family. You know what I mean? Like, she ghosted all of that and she used them for what she could and then ghosted all of them. So it's a whole thing. I suspect it has to do with that. But again, it's just my opinion. This was an interesting theory I hadn't really thought of that I like where they're going. It's a tech in US Girl, and it says Meghan had Harry convinced that they were leaking when in fact it was Meghan all along. She needed a scapegoat, and Harry took it seriously and confronted them. He is really stupid. I wonder when he'll wake up from her shenanigans. I didn't think about it from this point of view. Again, it's opinion, it's alleged, we know. What if that is the case? What if Meghan needed a scapegoat? I hadn't thought about that. To me, it was just a way, I just saw it as a way that she, again, used the Beckhams, got what she wanted, realized that people like David and Victoria more than Harold and Fraud. And so when she realized that, she's vapid and shallow and insecure, so she's like, that can't be. So she was like, I'm out. We can't be friends with them anymore. They're leaking stories. That's just kind of how it played out in my head. Deep_poem_55 points out he's torched all his friendships in her name. Shaking my damn head. Okay. Yes, he has, but I'm sorry, nobody made him do that. And I know I always get comments, she's narcissistic, she's controlling him. I believe all that. But he's a grown-ass man, and it's time to hold this MFer accountable as well. I know a lot of us have, but I'm saying, I always get comments saying, well, he's under her spell, under her control. So fucking what? Nothing anybody could say could make me badmouth my grandmother. I just don't understand that level of control. I don't. And so, while if that's the case, that's awful. Nobody should be in that situation, but he's a grown-ass man and a prince. Prince Bozo, but so he of anybody should have more than resources than the rest of us combined, right? To get out from under that control if that's truly what's happening. Well, guys, I'm going to end this one here. I'm dying to read your comments on this one. Be sure to tell me your thoughts on the Wallace of it all, the Beckhams. Have you watched that documentary? I really thought about, I do have that second channel. It's still just sitting there. I'm sorry. I'm going to get to it. I thought about recording my thoughts on it on that channel, but I don't know. There's just so much football, soccer. I'm afraid I'd kind of be all over the place, and I definitely don't know about football/soccer. But I'm enjoying the heck out of that documentary. I'm curious if you're watching it as well. Let me know in the comments. But you guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know your theories on what went down with Victoria and David. Is it I kind of think it's a little bit of all the above, jealousy, making up the press leaking thing. What's funny to me, by the way, is that Victoria and David are way bigger celebrities than Meghan and Harold would ever be. So if anybody's leaking anything, it's Meghan. And I'm sorry, haven't we basically allegedly proven over and over that it's those two, her especially, dropping stories and leaking these things? So it's just all so ridiculous at this point. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. We appreciate you so much, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I hope you have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.